100 foods to eat before you die. I've been traveling and eating all around the world, and here are the 100 foods you need to eat before you die. And these are in no particular order, so add them to your food bucket list. Number 95, beef steak, rice, and fish barbecue in Tokyo, Japan. I think this is gonna be awesome. Special beef steak rice. This place is really cool. When you walk in, you can see the kitchen. It's all in the middle. And the meal is incredibly affordable. A medium bowl of beef and rice, which is already pretty big, goes for about 1,200 yen, so like $8 for a bowl of steak and rice, like a good-sized bowl of steak and rice. So from what I'm seeing, the meat is aged, and you can choose between 4 different types of rice. I got the garlic rice. You can also choose how big your steak is, and you can get a giant steak if you want to. I got more places to go today, so I just got a large. This is very, very exciting. The steak is definitely cooked on the rare side. Some onions, I got a whole egg, some garlic chips. Underneath is the garlic rice. Yeah, look at the steak. This is a little below medium rare. Oh wow, it's so good. The beef, definitely more on the lean side, but really, really tender. Love the crispy garlic. Love the refreshing bites of the raw onion. The garlic rice, 100% the best option. The beef is so tender. Such an incredible beefy flavor. I think if you want more flavor in this dish, I would recommend their steak and curry, which I see half the people getting that when half the people just doing what I'm doing. If you just get garlic rice and beef, you're able to taste the nice flavor of the beef much more. I'm really glad I got the extra egg though. I also got some fresh cracked pepper. Even better. And they don't ask you how you want your beef cooked. It's all cooked the same way. And these guys definitely know what they're doing. I mean, don't mess with what works. Each single piece, like I said, it's lean. So you're gonna get more of the beefy flavor, but it's so tender. I can't believe this is like a $9, $9.50 bowl of steak and rice. Now you really can't beat this value. No wonder there's a line outside. And yeah, 100% worth getting rained on again for this. Oh, wow, that place is good. That's about as tender, as good of a steak you can find for that price. Unreal. So dinner tonight is going to be at Yakio Ishikawa. This is a really unique omakase. It's a grilled fish omakase. So they bring you different types of fish and they grill it right in front of you on this grill. 10 courses. First dish is cuttlefish with corn soup. This beautiful little bowl of soup. Looks like there's some squash inside too. This is really good. Slightly sweet corn soup. That zucchini is very nice and crunchy. There's some peas in here as well, and little bits of snappy cuttlefish. Very light and refreshing. Second dish is really interesting. It's so beautiful. This is called their 3-color rice bowl. And when they first brought it out, I was like, I only see 2 colors. The third color is the tuna that they just grilled right in front of me. And it's perfectly seared. The inside is still beautifully pink and it's sitting on top of ikura and uni over sushi rice. And this thing is beautiful. 2 golden orange with the ikura looking like little pearls of golden sunset. And then the pink tuna sitting on top. Let's try this first without the tuna, just some ikura and the uni. Ikuras are little bits of popping pure flavor. Uni, creamy and sweet. This tuna is so fatty. This tastes like A5 Wagyu. Beautifully seared on either side. I love that little bitterness from the char. Inside is marbled, it's fatty, it's rich, it melts in your mouth. This is so amazingly delicious. Now take a bite with the tuna and the uni and the ikura. It's like the best flavor that could possibly exist under the ocean. Just so many different flavors and textures. All that sitting on top of just the most wonderful sushi rice. So next is a sashimi course. There's kohata, which is a Japanese herring. There's grouper and there's striped jack. Take this, little soy sauce, wasabi if you want it. The kohata. I'm a fan of that. That's delicious. It's a very meaty fish. Texture has a wonderful chew. A little oily. That one's got a lot of flavor. Next is the grouper. Oh, bit of a tough fish. I think that one's just okay. And then striped jack with some seaweed. Really tender, very buttery. My favorite is the kahara though. That is so good. I love the texture, I love the flavor. That one's fantastic. So next one, it's an abalone and matsutake mushroom simmered together. So matsutake mushroom, I never had that before. That is the most prized mushroom in Japan. It's a very rare wild mushroom and it can sell for hundreds to tens of thousands of dollars per pound. Wow, that's probably one of the earthiest mushrooms I've ever had. Also has a nutty note to it. I don't know if I spent thousands of dollars a pound for it, but that's a good mushroom. Wow, abalone is fantastic. That's as tender as abalone will ever get. Next course is assorted grilled fish, and they brought out a platter of different fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different types of fish. First thing that went on the grill, soft shell clams from Hokkaido. I don't think I've ever had this before. Mind blown by that bite. This could be a new obsession for me. The clams are cooked very quickly on the grill and they're still moving, still alive when they're served to you. So that's how fresh they are. They are about as tender of a clam as you will ever put in your mouth. It's super snappy. The grill gives it such a beautiful smoky flavor. It's so sweet. Zero brininess in this clam. It's out of this world. Next, really thin piece of swordfish with some scallions and radish on top. That is an awesome bite of swordfish. It's a very fatty part of the swordfish. It's so tender. Usually swordfish, not very tender, especially grilled. But that piece melts in your mouth, and they put a little scallion and radish on there to give it a little bit of acid because that is some melt in your mouth, fatty, rich swordfish. And chase it with this eggplant salad they brought over. Oh, that was a phenomenal couple pieces of the fish. Next, they brought over 3 little side dishes. It looks like some greens, a little bit of mushroom, and I think fish skin. Really good. Obviously, that's my favorite one. That one is not bad either. Next 2 fish on the plate. One is grilled grouper with some scallions on top. That is some tender grouper. Beautiful char on the outside. Again, that incredible smoky flavor. That balances perfectly with the sweetness of the fish. Grouper is a very meaty fish. When they sear it all the sides, it really traps the juice in, so it makes it such a nice, tender, juicy piece of fish. And this is gonna be so good. This is grilled otoro, that like giant piece of it. Oh, that's so crazy. The flavor of that piece of fish on this grill is pure magic. There's so much fat on that fish. That thing is absolutely melts in your mouth. A buttery, rich, delicious piece of grilled fish. And they add a little bit of scallions or radish on top of the fish just to kind of balance out the richness of it. It's perfect. It really is. It's such a unique experience. I never knew something like this existed. This is like yakiniku, like seafood yakiniku. Next one is a sea bass, and this went on the grill for just a little bit. Wow, that is a fatty, break apart in your mouth, make you happy piece of fish. And that little bit of time you spent on the grill, charred up that piece of skin. Oh, that is just absolutely wonderful. That might be one of my favorite pieces tonight. This next piece is yellowtail, and again, it's just spent a little time on the grill with some grated radish on top. Way more chewy than the sea bass. That does have a little bit of a fishy flavor. That one's not my favorite, especially when I just had the sea bass, which was just phenomenal. That one's probably my least favorite piece of fish tonight. I wish I ate that one first. Last cut of fish. This is chutoro, so this is medium fat tuna and lightly grilled. It's served the sukiyaki style, so with a golden egg yolk. Wow, that is a delicious way to eat this. Absolutely love how that fat crisp up when it hit the grill. A hint of bitterness to balance out the richness of the chutoro. And the egg just makes it even more rich and creamy and delicious. A little sukiyaki sauce in here for a hint of sweetness really brings out the smokiness of the fish. I'd say that's top 3 for me tonight. Finally, another piece of grouper, this time fried with a piece of lemon on the side. That is fried so nicely. Now this is a great piece of grouper. Beautifully toasty on the outside with just that magnificent crunch. So tender and juicy inside. That's so good. They serve the piece of grouper that's right attached to the rib. So you're getting a lot of collagen in here too. That's so good, so good, so good. So second to the last course, this is clam noodles. They ask you if you want small, medium, or large. I got large. This is the large, so don't be afraid to get large. Cold clam noodles. Noodles are really, really good. The broth is really not seasoned much. I think a little clam juice and salt. Not bad, very refreshing. The noodles are spectacular. The chew, that's a chewy noodle. Finally for dessert, pumpkin pudding. Huge pumpkin flavor, caramelly, and some oolong tea. This has been an exceptional experience. Like I said, it's kind of like a yakiniku, but I think it's better because with yakiniku you get different cuts of steak, which more or less taste the same, usually all beef. This, different cuts of fish, everything tastes extremely different, and it tastes phenomenal. Food, I say, solid 9 out of 10, maybe higher. It's incredible. The grill, the smokiness you get every single bite, the presentation is perfect. This place is something that's truly, truly unique in the Japanese barbecue world. And again, like I've been coming to Japan for a long, long time, never heard of anything like this. So this is 100% worth a try. And speaking of barbecue, I'm actually gonna go get some more. All right, this place I'm at is a really interesting yakitori spot. So the chef used to live in this house and he turned the whole house into a restaurant. So right in front of you, you see a bunch of skewers being grilled in front of you. There's also a ton of other kinds of bar food. They're known for their matsunabe, so that's what I'm getting. And also I got their 5 skewer combo, which is 5 different types of skewers. And those skewers look ginormous. I'm a little nervous right now. Okay, all my food is here. This is a lot of food. So 5 skewers plus the matsunabe. Matsunabe, whenever it comes to your table, the initial sight of it will worry people because it's just ginormous. It looks like a giant mountain, but it is gonna shrink. The skewers will not. So the outside is pork, inside is scallions, and this is the sukiyaki style. So there's the egg yolk and the sukiyaki sauce. That was a giant bite of delicious toasty pork outside, charred beautifully, nice and fatty. Inside is stuffed full of leeks. That tastes so good. And the egg yolk and the sukiyaki sauce. I think this is the eggplant. Enoki mushrooms, same delicious toasty pork on the outside. I think this must be the eggplant. Wow, that's my favorite one. Super toasty, thin cut of pork on the outside. Basically a bacon wrapped eggplant with cheese. That's incredible. Lotus roots, just a little bit of salt. It just tastes like a very high quality piece of bacon wrapped around vegetables. Last one to try, I think this is bell pepper with cheese. This tastes like a bacon wrapped jalapeno popper. This is the best one. Crunchy, smoky, cheesy. That one has it all. My matsunabe, it's gone down quite a bit. You gotta make sure this cooks thoroughly because you're dealing with intestines here. Gotta make sure it's cooked all the way through. Matsunabe is one of my favorite things to eat in Japan. So it's basically beef large intestines and it's so fatty and nice. Oh, it's so good. It's so fatty. And they put a lot of garlic and chilies in the broth. Oh, their soup is so good. Wow, a ton of miso in here as well. Wow, the leek's good, the cabbage is good. Everything has soaked up that delicious miso flavor from the broth. They're so thick and rich too. This is a really fun place. First of all, they're so nice here, really accommodating. They do have English menus, so don't feel intimidated coming in. But all the skewers grilled right in front of you. It's absolutely delicious. All that porky fat soaks into the vegetables on the inside. The matsunabe is good. They had another dish I really wanted to try. A5 Wagyu Mappa tofu. If I saw that earlier, I 100% would have got that. All right, gonna get back to my food before it gets cold. As always, all the places I went to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.